Welcome to Deary episode 2, The Thing in the Dark. The episode is about an hour long and it's more so psychological. And for those that didn't like the first episode, things are gearing up. It just takes time to get going. We see the episode open with Lily dreaming about the events of what happened at the movie theater. And then we see Ronnie's father and grandmother talking about the events that occurred at the movie theater. And Ronnie worried that her father will get pinned for the murders of the kids and get taken away. But the only one that can actually kind of say what happened is Lily. We then see Hanlon's family come in and is introduced. It's Will, his son, and his wife. And you can see that they're a very loving family. But you can tell that they're in a town that kind of doesn't take kindly to those kind of people that enter those towns. I mean, it is the 1960s, and the prejudices is really, really forward in this story, and you can see that, which is really, really unnerving at times as well, and especially for the times. I mean, like I stated, it was the 1960s, and a lot of that was going on, and the episode really harkens on that. I will say the song choices in this episode are really, really good. It fits the time and the mold of everything. We then see Marge trying to fit in with the cool girls, but then she is in the background looking at Lily and Ronnie speaking, not knowing what's going on, but she's always making fun of everybody else because she wants to fit in, and it's a really, really interesting thing that's happening. Hanlon's wife is having trouble trying to fit in, and you can see that as well. And you can tell she doesn't like where she's living because she sees boys beating up another boy and she tries to go and stop it, but nobody else around it is doing that. And it's a really interesting aspect of how things are going to go. And then the family sitting at dinner, they want to know what's going on. And the mother wants to know how Will's day went at school. Will's like, well, no, it went fine. It's okay. But he was bullied a little bit at school, and you can see that. And an interesting, fun, I will say, psychological scene. We see Ronnie in bed. She's laying in bed getting ready to go to sleep, and all of a sudden the bed just kind of like begins to eat her, and it's just like it fills up with water. She gets spewed out of her bed, and let's just say it has to deal with her dead mother, umbilical cords, and a kind of monster belly. Listen, it's insane and crazy, and you can tell there are practical effects in this. And just the way it was done, you see Pennywise controlling and doing everything. You can see his eyes. He's prominent in this episode in a way where he's doing things behind the scenes. We know that. He's a manifestation of fear. He is fear himself. And it's interesting how it works. There's also a subplot in this episode where we finally get to see Halloran. And, he knows things. People know he has this kind of I will say, powers, but they don't really speak much into it. It's a big thing, and, it just goes on with Halloran. But it's good to see this character in It Welcome to Dear, because we know that he has that aspect of The Shining, and he shows up in The Shining. Lily and Ronnie discuss things at lunch, but then they kind of go back and forth. It's an emotional scene. It's a very well done scene, and Ronnie just loses it because she knows that Lily knows something about it, but Lily can't say anything because people will think she's crazy, and she will go back to Juniper Hill, which she doesn't want to do. We are then introduced to Rose, who has deep ties to Derry itself and the land. And we see Hanlon's wife walk into this antique shop, and we don't really know much about Rose, but evidently from backstory, she is a direct descendant of the first Losers Club, who were indigenous children. So it's going to be interesting to see how her character develops through this whole series, and it's really, really fun. Then we see Will and Ronnie meet in detention. You can tell that they're going to have a fun time. Their characters are going to get, well acquainted, and it's really good. Like, Will is that person who likes to read. Ronnie just likes the movies. So it's a back and forth with everything with that. And then Lily gets her shining moment in this episode. You thought the first episode was crazy in the movie theater? This scene near the end with Lily going grocery shopping in a supermarket is absolutely mind-blowing. She's walking around, shelves are closing in on her, she's seeing things, but then you see people looking over and in and smiling and just following her around the store. And I will say this. It's psychological torture that you see in this episode, and it works to a point where it's like you feel for Lily. You really, really do, because she's going through so much, especially during those times when, people just started talking about things and not really making sense. They put you in asylums, okay? They put you in places like Juniper Hill, and Lily is trying so hard not to go back there. The aspect of everything is that at the end of this scene, you won't see Pickles, yes, a jar of pickles, the same way again. And it's just crazy to see. We then find out why Hanlon was brought in to work with the general, and at the aspect of where he is in Derry, Maine. They're looking for something. It's a subplot where they're trying to dig for something. And the way the general says it's like, we're digging for fear, but we don't know exactly what it is. And the episode ends on an interesting note. And that's episode 2 of It Welcome to Derry. The reason It Welcome to Derry is early release is because it had an early release for a special Halloween episode. But the episode will still air at its normal regular time. And it's just fun how we get an early episode like this. It's just really good. I like how it's going, and it's just, I feel like every single episode will have a scene that stands out. In the first episode, it was the beginning 10-15 minutes with the birth of the demon baby, and then the ending with the movie theater. And in this one, it was Ronnie and the umbilical cord and her dead mother, and then Lily with the jar of pickles. Like, I'm very curious to see how this decks are stacked against every single child, and when will Pennywise come in? What is the aspect of the subplot with the military? And it's going to be fun to see. Give this show some time. It will progress and will get better. When Pennywise shows up, I'm pretty sure all hell is going to break loose, and what will stop him, we don't know. This is the craziest I've seen Pennywise. Yes, It Chapter 1, fantastic. It Chapter 2, was okay. But you can get a lot more of Pennywise in a TV series because he can do a lot more. He's in the shadows. He's in the shadows. But that anticipation of him coming into the episodes will be fun. And I'm interested to see how everything progresses, especially with knowing about Rose now and knowing the aspect of Ronnie going through things and everyone seeing Pennywise. But then will it manifest in a way where people who haven't seen him or kids who haven't seen him, will they start seeing him? That's the big question. Let me know in the comment section what you thought about episode 2 of It Welcome to Derry. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What did you think of it? What did you think about the aspect of the episode, the pacing? Did you like this episode better than the first one? And like I stated in my episode 1 review, when do you think and what episode will we see Pennywise? And how do you think season 1 will end, knowing that this is evidently rumored to be a total of 3 seasons? Let me know in the comment section about all the questions I just asked. I'm Mr. Filmstock. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'll see you all in the next review video, and be sure you tune in next week to my episode 3 review of It Welcome to Derry.